That's hot. Coffee talks, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn ready. Have a seat. I got a story to tell. So this is kind of a scary story. For me, growing up, I would a lot of times have these, what I later came to find out were known as sleep. It's sleep paralysis, you know, and that's when basically your mind wakes up, but your body won't, you know, and you're stuck in this place where you have your senses, you're aware of what's going on around you to a certain extent, but you can't really move or do anything about it. You can't speak. A lot of times you feel like you're unable to breathe very well. So that was happening to me growing up. It happened to me a lot. Never really told people about it, but there's one instance, and obviously there were several instances of this happening to me, but one in particular stood out to me and scared the absolute hell out of me. And I've fallen asleep that night. It was like, I don't know. I know there was snow on the ground outside, so it was a cold, it was a cold night, a winter night, and I fell asleep on my couch. Usually I fall asleep and I put the covers over me, but this particular night I had been watching something on TV and I just got super tired and I figured I was just going to listen. You know how you just say, I'm going to lay down for a second and I'm just going to listen to what's going on the TV. So I turned around and I was facing the back portion of the sofa and I went to sleep. I dozed off. And I woke up, okay, and I was having one of these sleep paralysis episodes when I woke up. And I was aware, and I was frozen, facing the back of the couch. I was having a hard time breathing. I felt like I was about to die, I don't know if I was breathing or not. It's very weird to anyone that's had sleep paralysis, it's a very weird thing. A lot of situations you feel like your face is under a pillow or something. And on top of it, you cannot move, okay? So I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything, and I feel like I'm suffocating to death on top of it. Okay, now that's not the worst. Okay, on top of all of those things that I was dealing with, I heard something and I could physically feel something standing behind me. Like if you're laying on your couch and you wake up and now my living room was not completely dark. I still had lights on and the TV going and everything. But picture yourself, I want to put you into this kind of place that I was in. So picture yourself laying in a very dark room, okay, at night, and you wake up. Now you're not having a sleep paralysis episode. You just wake up. You can move all of your extremities and everything. But you can feel, how you can feel the presence of someone standing behind you? Okay, so imagine yourself facing the back of a sofa like I was, and imagine you feel that presence and that heaviness on the floor behind you, okay? That's what I was dealing with, but on top of that, I couldn't move, okay? My eyes were open. I was looking at the back of the sofa, having a hard time breathing. So to get out of a sleep paralysis episode, what you have to do, what has always worked for me, I have to just close my eyes. If my eyes are open, I've got to close them. And I have to only focus on my breathing, I have to try my best to just get a few good deep breaths, because when you're not breathing, you feel like you don't have any energy, no power to move, right? So you get those few couple of breaths, and this is what I did that night. I closed my eyes, I got those few couple of breaths in, and I was able to break out of this. Then you focus all of your energy, your power, everything on just like your body's frozen. You're in a paralyzed state. So I'm in my head. I'm feeling this image, this presence behind me. I can feel the weight on the floor. I felt something back there, right? So I got myself together. I took my few couple of breaths, and I broke out of this, and I spun around as fast as I could. And when I turned around, I kid you not, call me a liar, say whatever you want to say, but when I turned around, now I have a table that's all the way across on the other side of the room by my television. When I turned around, the papers on that, I had magazines on that table, and the magazines went, you know, the pages, I watched them go, okay, and it wasn't, there's no way, there's no possible way that I could have made those papers move, okay, because from where I was at on the other side of the room, you know, I didn't whip around. Like I said, I didn't have any blankets on me when I went to sleep. So I didn't whip around and whip this big blanket across, you know. There was nothing to create. I've tried it, you know. After that, I've tried. There's no way I could have created any kind of energy to move those magazine papers. That was terrifying, okay? So I whipped around. I watched those magazines move like that. Well, I don't know. What do you do? What do you say? What do you do in a situation like that? What? I don't know. I don't know what I thought about it. Like I said, I've had sleep paralysis episodes like that before. I've never, you know, usually you always feel like there's something there in the room with you, or you're watching you, or coming for you, or whatever. But I've never physically seen, up to that point, I'd never physically seen a presence, like physical evidence of something, you know, like the feeling of having something behind you like that. Terrifying, you know? But that's my story. I don't know. Come up with whatever conclusion you want out of that. That's what happened to me. I was pretty shook up about it for a minute, but I never told anybody that story, I don't think, really, up till now. And just really sketchy stuff, you know? But anyway, I'm going to cut this video short. I'll send you guys on off to bed. I'm going to go back and enjoy my evening, drink my coffee. This is hot. I will catch you guys on the next Coffee Talks Behind the Glass. Good night.